ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Time to let down Spider-Man. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another SH Figuarts action figure review on the Bandai Tamashii Nation Star Wars Darth Vader figure. If you try to pick this up, you cannot get it at Big Bad Toy Store. It is sold out right now. I don't know if they're gonna get more or not. But anyway, this figure looks really awesome. Thanks so much, Theron, for sending this my way. I didn't even ask for this or anything, just sent it over, and I really appreciate it, bro. Now, looking on the side over here, I really like this chrome kind of look right there. It looks like that's the lightsaber hilt. I'm not exactly sure. Or the Death Star, maybe? I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, more text on the top. You can see Darth Vader over there. I really like the gold right here for the text for Star Wars and everything. And you can see him with some stormtroopers and poses and everything. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's the Sith Lord out of the packaging. A very cool looking figure. I really do like the sculpt on it for the most part. Some really good paint apps on this guy too. And some good accessories also. And there are two versions of this figure. There's this one right here which does not have the base. Then there's another version that does have the base from the end of Return of the Jedi when Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader are fighting at the very end. So this Darth Vader figure comes with 6 different interchangeable hands. You get a pair of fisted hands, you get a pair of open hands or force push hands, then you get a pair of lightsaber holding hands over here. And then we have a lightsaber, which looks really cool. I like this translucent red over here. A little bit of black paint splotching right there. Then we get the lightsaber handle right there all by itself, both looking very cool. Then you get his right McStubby hand. Now the way this works is that all these right hands have this peg attached to them, as opposed to the left hands don't have that. And that's because what you're going to do is you pop the hand off, and then you want to pop off this section right over here. And it can be a little tough, but not so bad. And then you want to put this right back in its place. And then you pretty much have a stubby Darth Vader hand. I think they could have gotten a little bit more detailed out than this though, because in the movie you could actually see the wires and everything. I think there's like some blue and red wires in there, but oh well. And for your lightsaber comparison, here's the 6-inch Black Series Darth Vader lightsaber. Here's the Bandai modeling kit, thanks to Theron again. And then here's the SH Figuarts one. So this is not my favorite Darth Vader helmet sculpt, I will say. I'm just a little bummed out about this lower portion over here. It just seems a little on the small side, and as I'm looking through the viewfinder right here in my camera, it doesn't look that bad, but in person, I don't know, this part just looks a little too small. Have a little piece of red paint right there. I gotta get an X-Acto knife to get that out. I will say I really do like this gunmetal plastic that they used over here, and mixing it in with the solid black eye socket pieces, that just looks really cool. The helmet looks pretty solid, you know, I like how it looks. Now they did sculpt this little chain piece right here holding the cape together, you know, and the cape's just made out of this soft pliable material. I wish they'd used a brighter color silver right here. It's the same gunmetal color that we see on the mask portion right over there. And I do think this part looks pretty cool, and I think all the buttons and everything right here on the lower torso just looks fantastic. Very, very clean paintwork over there. Same thing with the side pieces. That's very detailed out nicely, so I dig that. Is that where his voice comes out of? I don't think so, but that would be kind of funny if it was. But anyway, there's the other side. I like how the arms came out. A lot of nice wrinkles in there. The joints seem pretty good too, so they kind of fit in line. And these shoulder pads over here can pop off if you'd like to do that. Now the lower half of the figure has this soft pliable material once again for this skirt piece. I kind of would have liked this being attached to a hinge or something so you could move this around, but I am grateful that they didn't use hard plastic like how they did for the Batman and Justice Gods Among Us figure. So anyway, I think the sculpting right here on the boots looks very good, you know, and the feet look great on this. Of course, no peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And here's looking at the cape again. I like how it's kind of flowing off to the left over here. I think that's kind of neat. One thing I didn't mention too is that you cannot remove the helmet to expose an Anakin Skywalker. That would have been really cool. And I'm surprised that they didn't do that, especially when Hasbro was able to do so. So that's a little disappointing. Now the articulation on Darth Vader is okay. He cannot really look up too much, just that much. Yeah, so not a whole lot of head movement there. He can look down a little bit. You get side to side movement, and you do get some neck pivot. Like I said, the shoulder pads over here can move up and around. You do get an armpit joint right there that moves in and out and shifts up and down. You can move the shoulders outward, rotate them forward. He has this bicep swivel right here. He has a double jointed elbow. Then his wrists move side to side, and they hinge up and down in whichever direction you want them to go. He does have a diaphragm joint that rotates side to side over here, and you can get it to crunch forward and back, and you do get some diaphragm pivot. You also get a waist joint in there too. I'm not getting as much of a pivot out of the waist joint, just more of a side to side movement over here. And then you do get these hip joints that move outward quite a bit. He can kick forward very much and move back a little bit, and the legs can shift up and down similar to the armpit joint in there too, which is really cool. He has double jointed knees that bend in very far, and then the ankles move down only a little bit, they move up only a little. He does have ankle pivot, you can rotate the ankle side to side, and he does have the toe articulation. So Darth Vader here stands at about 6.5 inches tall. Here's the SH Figuarts Darth Vader figure compared to the Black Series Hasbro Darth Vader and the Bandai modeling kit Darth Vader. Thanks so much to Theron for making this comparison happen, by the way. So if this helps you in your decision making as far as buying a 6-inch scale Darth Vader, you have Theron to thank. And as far as which of these 3 Darth Vaders is my favorite, I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards the Bandai one over here. Then here's Darth Vader next to the Hasbro Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. No, they don't really fit into perfect scale together, but with the right camera angles, you can make it work. Here's the Figuarts Darth Vader compared to the Star Wars Black Series Stormtrooper, and then we have the Bandai modeling kit Stormtrooper over there, and it doesn't look like he's fitting into scale very well with either of these. Then here he is next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. So I'm not gonna say this is a terrible Darth Vader figure, it's just not my favorite out of the 3 6-inch scale Darth Vader figures that I have in my possession. So anyway, I hope you guys liked my video. If you did, please hit the like button, click one of these boxes over here, and if you want more Shart in your face, don't forget to follow me on the social networks. We got Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below. And don't forget to go to JediInsider.com for a photo gallery of images from this review. I will catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
But I do wish that it had